It's the Open Bedroom Door Show.
I'm Angela Skurtu, and I open bedroom doors. Welcome to the Open Bedroom Doors Show. Real talk for real relationships. I'm your host, Angela Skurtu, your friendly neighborhood sex therapist and licensed marriage therapist. And yes, talking about sex is literally my job. I started this show because, let's be real, most of us didn't get sex education. We're out here fumbling through love, intimacy, and awkward bedroom moments with zero guidance and a lot of shame. Time to fix that. Here's what you can expect every episode. Sex positions. We start off hot by judging something wild, weird, or just plain wrong in the media or culture. You'll laugh, you'll cringe, you might even learn something. Next, we move to guest interviews. I chat with fascinating folks, sexperts, storytellers, and everyday humans with juicy stories and powerful insights. And then, of course, we have to have a happy ending. Yep, we finish strong. I answer real questions from real people about sex, relationships, and all the stuff you're too afraid to ask your therapist or anyone else for that matter. But I'm here, so ask away. If you're ready to laugh, learn, and finally talk about the stuff no one ever taught us, hit play. Let's open that bedroom door, shall we? Hey friends, today I'm going to talk to you about how to give a penis massage, and I do have my trusty friend. I haven't named this guy. Maybe you guys can help me name him in the comments below, okay? So welcome to Sex Positions. This is the Open Bedroom Door Show, and on this segment, what I like to do is judge things as a sex therapist that are happening in media and society that are related to sex. And I'm your resident sex therapist. Hey! So I want to talk to you about how to give a penis massage, and I want to do it in an actual bed. I want you to imagine that this is my partner, and he's sitting, we'll say he's laying right here. But as you know, a person typically is a long person, right? So I'll put him right here so that I'm in a good camera shot. But so here's my person, and here's where his penis is. So some of the different positions you can use for comfort, for your own comfort. Here, I'll actually make him right here. Look at that. I don't have to keep turning so much. So here's the penis. And what you want to do is set yourself up. As you see, I'm kind of set up in a comfy position. I'm just in a seated, cross-legged position. And this actually gives me a pretty decent position to be able to give a good penis massage. And when you're giving a penis massage, yes, you can give a hand job, but I'm not talking about a hand job. I'm talking about making a penis feel good.
Well, thanks.
And so here, when you're doing a penis massage, what you're really trying to treat a penis like is like it's another part of your partner's body. Why I'm trying to teach you this is that so many of you are like, oh, it's just a hand job. That name, that message that you get when you're thinking about it like that, sometimes actually makes you not like it as much. And so when you think of it more like a massage, most of us have positive associations in our brain with massages. And so that's what I'm really trying to teach you is how to change your relationship with your partner's penis. Because a lot of you don't have a good relationship with it. And so if you think of it more like a massage, all you do when you're massaging something or someone is trying to make them feel good. That's it. You're just trying to make them feel nice. And in a massage, you can also make yourself feel good too. So I don't want you putting yourself in awkward, uncomfortable positions that you can't enjoy. I want you to get as comfortable as possible with your penis massage so you can enjoy it in your own body. And when you're giving the massage, like you, the partner, I want you thinking about, okay, what are the textures I'm noticing? What are some of is it softer here? Is it more textured here? What happens as it gets a little firmer? Is that kind of interesting? Where's the blood flowing? Like, these are all curious questions. And when your brain is in a curious state, you can actually have a little more fun or enjoy the experience more. If your thought process is, oh, I just got to get this person off, and how come they're taking so long? Again, that thought process takes you out of the experience and doesn't make it a fun experience for you, the giver of a penis massage. It makes it the opposite of that. And you know what's interesting? When people say their favorite parts of sex acts, they don't talk as much about techniques as they talk about attitude and enthusiasm. Like, are you interested in what you're doing? Are you enjoying it? Or are you just like, oh, okay, here I am giving another penis massage. Well, nobody says that, by the way. You'll say, here I am giving another hand job. Will he get off? Like that's not a good place to be in your body. I want sex acts to be positive for you. I want you, or at least neutral. Like, say they're not that positive for you. Even if you can be curious and neutral, like, what's this feel like? Oh, I didn't know that made that do that, like, even if you just stay curious and open-minded, that will change your experience with giving a penis massage. But that negative inner monologue, it is a surefire way to prevent you from enjoying any kind of sexual act with your partner. This has been Sex Positions with a Penis Massage. This is my horny devil. Maybe that'll be his name. But he's got a nice, he's got white horns, so he's got a complicated past. There's a part of him that's nice. If you want a bed, guess what? We are filming our Sex Positions here at Mattress Dogs. This is a mattress furniture store, and I am thankful for Mattress Dogs for letting me do my Sex Positions event in bed. Use promo code SEXYTIME and you can get your next bed here tax-free. We're always looking for sponsors, so if you would like to sponsor the next Sex Positions, please look at openbedroomdoors.com, submit a contact form. You can check out our sponsorship page. We'll even let you pick the position or the location. Want to spice up your sex life? Then be sure to pick up a copy of my new book, From No to Yes Sex. Tired of routine sex? Feeling more like roommates than lovers? This book is your invitation to transform your love life one thought at a time. Don't wait. Order now. Hello everyone, I'm Angela Skurtu. I am a licensed marriage therapist and an ASEX certified sex therapist, and we have a great show for you today. We have with us today Just Jude, and we're going to learn all about Jude today. So why don't you tell the audience a little about yourself?
So I'm 60 years old. I am in the BDSM swinger lifestyle, so I am a submissive, hetero, flexible. So that's about it. Just me.
Just Jude. Well, let's jump right into the interview. We have Just Jude here, and I'm so grateful to have you here talking about swinging and the lifestyle. So, there's so much to talk about swinging in the lifestyle. I was like, oh my gosh, we only have 15 to 20-ish minutes, but I feel like we could talk about so much. So why don't you tell the audience what your experience has been in the lifestyle, or what even, there's so much. Let's just start there. What's your experience in the lifestyle, Just Jude?
There's so much to talk about. So swinger lifestyle, you have couples, you have singles, right? You have your multi-level of the lifestyle. You've got your polyamorous.
Mm-hmm.
You have swinger. You have monogamish.
Mm-hmm. There's lots of labels.
There's lots of different labels that, all these people fit into. It's all under the lifestyle umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been in the lifestyle probably 10 years.
Okay, so you are a seasoned lifestyler.
I'm a seasoned lifestyler.
Love it.
And, but even with that, everybody that's in it is in it for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
What they're willing to do and not do. There's so much of variety.
With you being there 10 years, so one thing I've heard from everybody who's in the lifestyle is that you kind of change over time. So my question to you is, what were you like in the beginning and how did it evolve for you?
Yeah, so in the beginning, I was a single, so I was called, you're considered a unicorn.
Ooh, because it's a female,
you're
right?
A female single person, male single person is called a bluefish.
Mm-hmm.
So as a single, to me, it was fun because there's such a variety of people that you get to meet, you get to go out with.
Mm-hmm.
Build relationships with, maybe become the play partner. So in the beginning, it was fun for me. I've been in a couple different relationships. Most of mine are, the first one turned into more of a polyamorous, which in the beginning was fine, but then I figured out it wasn't something that I really enjoyed.
real quick, I want to jump in because a lot of listeners don't know what these terms mean. So the
Polyamorous?
polyamorous folks are people who really like a full relationship. They like love. They believe in kind of like dating. It's more of it's like a whole relationship, and there can still be layers and levels to that. And then in the swinger world, it tends to be a little more about sex, but even there, like there can be friends with benefits where it's like friends, but you have long-term friendships where you have sex, and then everywhere in between.
Yeah,
right?
Pretty much. Because I mean, you'll have, a married couple who are polyamorous. The husband might have a girlfriend. Mm-hmm. The wife might have a boyfriend. Mm-hmm. And they have full-blown relationships. Mm-hmm. The wife might have a girlfriend and a boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Or you may just have buddies.
Yeah.
People you just have sex with here and there. Or there's one-offs too. There's people who don't even want a long-term situation. They just want to like go to a resort, have a little sexy fun time, and then never do it again.
Yeah, so that's more like the swinger part.
That's swinger, but I'm just saying. So back to your story, you were saying that you started in poly, but you realized that wasn't for you.
Right.
What was kind of not for you about that at the time, at least?
For me, because, we talk about, your love languages, right? What are you needing? So for me, in the polyamorous, I wasn't getting what I needed because I needed more time and attention. Mm. And that split time in the beginning was okay, but then it was like, the time or the attention was going to one side more than the other, and it didn't work for me. Mm-hmm. Not saying that it doesn't work for a lot of other people. It just was, I did not like to have the full-blown relationships, separate relationships.
I gotcha. So what did you end up landing on? So in terms of how you evolved?
And then I was single for a little while longer.
Okay, all right.
And then, I had a play partner who was married. Mm-hmm. The wife knew all about me. And that's another thing, the consent. Mm-hmm. Consent and respect. That I can't stress it enough because to me, it gets fallen to the wayside. People don't think about it. How do
people need to have that conversation? So like you're correct. Like so as a sex therapist, I have worked with so many people and so many lifestyle choices. So like you just end up being like a smorgasbord of sexual information when you're a sex therapist, right? But like I have definitely found that I don't think in the swinging community they're very good at talking about consent. I think in the BDSM community they're way good at it, but in the swinger community it's like they're just as bad as like married people are at talking about sex.
There's some, you'll hear some people talk about it, like make sure you have consent, but yet, you might go to a meet and greet, which is just at a bar, and there's music and people dancing, and next thing you know, somebody's coming over and just grabbing your ass, and it's like, wait, did you have consent for that?
Yeah.
There's some people that don't care. And then there's others that do. Mm-hmm. So it's always being mindful, which goes back to the respect thing. And a lot of times what people don't think about is not only the respect to the person, but maybe to their significant other.
That's the weird part about dating as a foursome. I've noticed that like when I talk to clients about this, that like there's a way you have to almost like make a respect for the, like, so say you're the guy and you want to date the wife of this other guy. Well, you also have to still make good with the husband.
With the husband.
Of that person. So it's like, it's a whole 4-way connection that they're trying to create, right?
Right.
How does that go?
Well, then you get people that don't respect anybody. Mm-hmm. And they're just, a female might go after your significant other and with no consideration to the partner. Mm-hmm. That goes both ways, man or woman, that part drives me nuts because I see it and people talk about it so often. And it didn't used to happen, like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, respect was a huge thing. If I wanted to go out with your husband, I'm going to come to you first. Because, him and I might have talked about it and, hey, would you like to go out? And I was like, is Angela okay with this? Mm-hmm. And I'd say, I want to speak with Angela. And I'd come to you and say, are you okay if I go out? Mm-hmm. And get your consent. That's where the respect used to be. Nowadays, people hardly ever do that.
Really?
It's like,
Interesting. What do you think has changed? Because I would imagine, I mean, it's still four-way dating. So I mean, yes, you may not be having sex with every person in the other relationship, but you're still trying to date somebody who's already sort of partnered, right? So like, what do you think
they
is?
might not be.
They may not, because that's true. There's solo people in the swinging world. There's people who are married. But I guess the old version of it was like two couples, right? Like this couple is dating this couple and you swap. And so that I think it's important for everybody to know it's changed so much.
Yes, yes.
But do you think in that change, that's where some of that like lack of respect has come from?
I do. And I think with younger people getting into it, some people just go, ooh, swingers. I can just go with whoever, it's with no mindset of, hey, there's some rules here. There's some boundaries. There's rules. And they don't think about that.
What do you think is a good way for people to figure out some of those rules and boundaries? Like, how would you give people like ideas or suggestions for getting in good with the couple or the individual?
Biggest part is showing respect to the significant other. So if you and your husband were at a bar and I was at the bar, I talked to him before and we talked about maybe possibly going on a date. I'm probably going to spend some time with you and talking with you because I want you to feel comfortable with me as much as I want to be comfortable with you. And to let you know, hey, your boundaries, your rules, I'm going to respect that. And have those communications that you're just talking. Like nobody wants to talk about it. And it's like, but the last thing you want is if I was to go out with them and totally disrespected you, you're going to feel that.
Yeah, you're definitely going to.
You're going to feel that, and it's rude. It's rude. To me, it's rude. And it's no different than just regular life. It's respecting others.
So one of the ways to do it is maybe like even meeting all together, like as the four of you talking, connecting, or the three of you, or however many, 5, 7.
Yeah.
Have as many as you can have an orgy. I don't care. Live your life. But like talking to everybody and making sure everybody's on the same page and okay with what's going on sounds like is part of it.
Yes.
And for the swinging community to be a healthy situation, you really do want consent of all parties. Otherwise, I imagine it feels a little bit like cheating, actually.
I mean, that's when there could be issues, and that's where, some people might get jealous, which that, how we all know what happens when you start getting jealous. The whole thing that you're wanting.
You slash someone's tires is what I heard in some song. That's what happens. Take a bat to the
headlights.
You remember the song.
But it should be something that's enjoyable, right? Because most people that are in the lifestyle are in it for a reason. A lot of people don't want to be monogamous. The one thing that is missing out of their life is being able to connect with other people and enjoy other people.
So when you said that probably terrifies like a portion of our audience. So I'm curious, how does one make the decision or come to terms with the idea that maybe I don't want monogamy as a choice for me? How did you, or how do you think others do?
Yeah, I was married twice, divorced twice. Some of the things you go through and you're like, I don't know. I guess it's like anything. You try it once, for me, I'm a little bit different because like how we started talking about, the transition as you get older and you're in the lifestyle, before I was more free, being single, and I played with married couples. I played with the husbands. I played singular, different things. Then getting into a more serious relationship, I kind of took a step back because for me, it was like, then now I've got to build this relationship first, because you do have to trust and build that bond before you start adding all these different avenues to it. So for me, it was taking a step back, kind of building that bond. You do go through trials and errors. And the biggest thing is communicating. So when you decide, hey, let's try this one time, the biggest thing is afterwards sitting down talking, okay, what worked for you? What didn't you like? And you agree together like, okay, well, what do you want to do differently? There's the full swap. There's a soft swap. There's so many different layers to it. You know, it's like same room, same rooftop, you know.
There's so much there, and we don't have time to get into all of it. But like, if you were to give people like one piece of advice, or like if they're just starting in the lifestyle, what would be one thing to help kind of direct people who are interested in considering a lifestyle of sorts?
Yeah. You know, I would say first off, you got to be very confident in yourself. You've got to know who you are. Talk to others. Come to certain events maybe that you can speak to others, get their opinions, what works for them, what doesn't work. Get in chat groups or, you know, Facebook groups. There's so many different avenues out there, but talking to others is see what you're comfortable with. And then like anything, experience, you know, just dabble, see what works for you.
A little trial and error until you figure it out.
And there's no wrong decision, you know.
There's just learning.
There's just learning.
It's like, that wasn't for me.
Right. And it's okay to say no, and it's okay to say that doesn't work.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me on this interview. We have been speaking with Just Jude.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
See this? We're gonna get you pregnant.
Okay.
I'm just kidding, we're not. But if you wanted to, you could join us.
For dinner with a sex therapist.
When's it gonna happen, Terry?
Oh, that's February 14th, 2026.
And right here at Adventure Unknown.
Woo!
That's too spicy. Well, guys, on the Open Bedroom Doors show, we often have content that's a little too spicy for your typical social media platforms. So for those of you who are like, I love everything Angela Skurtu and I want to know all the spicy details, we actually have a space where we put the uncut shows, and it is at patreon.com/openbedroomdoors. So you can subscribe to that channel and get all the behind the scenes, all that spicy stuff that I wasn't able to put in the show. That's too spicy. So I hope you can join me at patreon.com/openbedroomdoors. Keep in mind, that is how you support me. So it is a subscription channel where you have to pay to subscribe, but you are becoming a supporter of me and putting out this awesome content as a result. So please join me for those spicy, spicy things. I'm Angela Skurtu, and on every show, I answer one of your sex questions. Joining me as always are my BDSM bears, Barry Bonds and Consent Cub. If you'd like to have your questions answered on the show, please submit a question in the comments below, or you can submit a contact form at my website, openbedroomdoors.com. I'm fairly kinky and submissive, and I just started dating someone new. How do I talk to my new partner about my kinky submissive side? This is such a good question. So for those of you who are somewhat kinky and very interested in incorporating your kinks in your dating relationship, my first question to you would be, are you putting it out there? There are actually, so FetLife is a place where other kinksters go to meet each other. So you could actually have dating profiles out on dating sites specific for the kink community, like FetLife. Or you can just put it somewhere in your dating profile if you're dating online. If you're dating in person, awesome. I'm just so proud of you for dating in person and not, like, I'm not against people who are using the dating apps, but like when I hear people are going out and living their life and finding people along the way, I'm like, oh, be still my heart. I'm so glad you're living in the real world. So just bring it up. You can start, I mean, you might not bring it up on your first conversation or your first date, but as you start building the relationship, just start dropping hints that like you like things a little kinky, you've done things in the past that are fun, you're interested in trying them with your partner. Here's the deal. If you're with a partner who's good for you, when you bring this stuff up, they'll be into it or they'll be open-minded. That doesn't mean they'll be interested in everything you share, but they'll at least be open-minded and non-judgmental about it. If you have that partner, you're with the kind of partner you want to stay with. If you bring up kinky stuff or like you like to be kinky or submissive and they get judgy, they're like, oh, what's wrong with you? Leave that person. Leave them as soon as possible. Because I want you to understand that like good sex starts with good attitudes. It starts with open-minded curiousness and non-judgmental willingness to talk about it. Like you're just having a conversation. So if you just bring up kinkiness and submission as like, this is something I've done that could be fun, would you ever be interested in this? And somebody automatically shuts it down, then they're not good for you. And you need to move on. Well, that's a wrap on this episode of the Open Bedroom Doors Show. Real talk for real relationships. If you laughed, learned, or blushed a little, you're welcome. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with a friend who needs a little more real talk in their life. Got a burning question about sex, love, or relationships? Check out openbedroomdoors.com and submit a contact form. Your question might just be featured in a future Happy Endings segment. Until next time, keep it honest, keep it sexy, and most of all, keep those bedroom doors open. Good night and have a sexy tomorrow.